Hi, I'm Leon Lovelace, and this is Unstoppable Force. Now, I need your help. I need you to go to my GoFundMe campaign. I'm going to put a link in the description below because I need you to donate to my campaign so I can do this show full time instead of part time. Alright, so I got a news story for you, and it's from economyandmarkets.com. It's about how we should abolish the Fed. Now, with this article, I'm going to just talk a little bit about the history of the Fed because I want to go to another article because it's kind of a long story about not just about getting rid of the Fed, but how the Fed's set up in the first place. But let's begin. All right, we've been led to believe that central banks, and especially the Federal Reserve System, was put in place to protect us. That's a laugh. Central banks are partnerships created between bankers and politicians. The political side gets spendable money created from nothing without having to raise taxes, while bankers get commissions or interest payments in perpetuity. A sweet deal for both sides. Who gets the shaft? Yeah, we get the shaft. Okay, our current central bank is the fourth try at establishing a central bank. The first bank was the Bank of North America, and that was operated between 1781 and 1783. Then came the Bank of the United States, which was between 1791 and 1811. Then there's the Second Bank of the United States from 1816 to 1836. Now I'm not going to go into with this article about why those banks failed. So I need to read a bunch more articles about why they failed, but I think one reason that at least the first two banks failed because the currency wasn't actually legal tender, that people weren't required to use that currency. So that's why at least the first bank failed because of that. The second one, I'm not sure, but I have to look that one up. Well, this article says that it wasn't legal tender for even the third central bank, which was called the Second Bank of the United States. And what's really important about this article is that later in the article, because I'm going to skip some of the storyline about it, because I need to read more into the story about how the Federal Reserve came to be created right now. But what's really important is that the Federal Reserve isn't accountable to anyone because it's not actually a different sector or a different part of the federal government. It's a private centralized bank. So of course, since it's a corporation, that they're accountable just to the shareholders, which are other big financial interests, and it's not the public. So even though a lot of people talk about that they work to protect the public by making sure they do all these things with financial services, they're really just trying to invest to make sure their shareholders make a bunch of money. All right, so I'm going to go into the Federal Reserve a little more later. All right, so keep looking out for those.